how do you construct a box and whisker plot? We're going to take what we've already learned when we were finding the IQR, or the interquartile range, and the box and whisker plot parts to construct one. Okay, we're going to do a couple examples, and let me go ahead and warn you, these are not in your folder, okay? And these examples already provide you with a number line. Eventually, you're going to have to create your own number line. Okay, so here's example number 1, and you can see my data set up here. And please, this is so super important. It will all be wrong if you do not put it in order from least to greatest. So, here's my data in order from least to greatest, and my step 1 is to find the median. So I'm going to look and find my number in the middle, and it's here. Also notice that 79 is there twice, because it was twice in my data set. You have to list it both times. Alright, so here is my median right here. Now I'm going to find my first quartile, so I'm going to look to the left, and I have 3 numbers. So the 3 numbers, when I look here, 36 is my first quartile, and to the right, for my third quartile, I have 93 in the middle, okay? And then I'm going to look at my data set, and I'm going to look at my lowest number, which is 29, and that is my lower extreme. And my highest number in the data set is 96, so that's my upper extreme. Okay, so here's my data again, and I've filled in all my blanks. You're not going to have this on your worksheet, but I wanted you to see where everything was coming from. So we're always going to start with a median. So we're going to go to our number line, and we've already found out that 79 was our median. So I'm going to go to my number line, and above 79, I'm going to make a mark. Okay? Then I'm going to look at my lower quartile, or my Q1, and I'm going to go to 36. That's way down here. And then my upper one was 93, and that's right here. So there's 90, 91, 92, 93. Right there. All right, this makes my box. So I'm going to construct my box here. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to use what I have to make my whiskers. Lower extreme was 29. That is right here. So there's that whisker. And then upper extreme was 96. So it's a pretty short whisker, and it's right there. So there's that box and whisker part, okay? As you can see how stretched out my box is. So these numbers to the left in this first quartile are spread out further than these numbers in my upper quartile, okay? All right, here's our second example. All right, and I've already put our numbers in order. So our first job is to find our median. And this time I thought I would do an even set data. So here I have 2 numbers in the middle. So remember, when there's 2 numbers in the middle, you have to add those together. So I would come to the side, 43 plus 48 gives me 91. Okay, when I divide that by 2, because there were 2 numbers, I'm going to get 45 and a half. Okay, so 45 and a half lies right here between those 2 numbers. When I do that, now that 43 becomes part of this data set. Okay, so I'm going to look over here and find the median over here. So 21 goes with 43. And 31 is in the middle, so that's my Q1. All right, look over here to the right, and in the middle I have 78. That's my Q3. All right, and then in my data set, 21 is my lower extreme, and 95 is my upper extreme. So let's use this information to plot my box and whisker plot. All right, so 45 and a half. All right, so we're at 45 here, and we're going to go halfway in between. A little bit tricky. All right, and then my Q1 is 31, and my Q3 is 78, just right there. Construct my box. All right, and then I'm going to put on our lower extreme. So lower extreme is 21. That's here. And then my upper extreme is 95, which is here. And then there's my box and whisker plot. So you see my data here in this section here is stretched out more. That's because these numbers are further apart than these numbers over here. All right. So this is what you do when you have a number line provided. When you don't have a number line provided, you're going to have to create your own. I would use a ruler, and you got to decide the data that I have. Does it make sense to count by ones? Does it make sense to count by twos? How about fives or tens? Okay, you just have to do it in order. Don't skip numbers, and you don't always have to start with 1. You could maybe start with 30 and go up to 40. That's okay. So when you get to the next section that doesn't have number lines provided for you, you're going to have to create your own.